When most people picture a tornado, they imagine a massive isolated funnel cloud. Classic supercell tornadoes, visible from miles away and often featured in movies and news. These iconic twisters are dramatic, photogenic, and instantly recognizable, capturing our collective imagination with their sheer power and size. But there's another, more elusive threat: squall line tornadoes. These tornadoes don't make headlines as often, but they can be just as dangerous, if not more so, because of how easily they can catch people off guard. These form within sprawling lines of thunderstorms, squall lines, that can stretch for hundreds of miles, sweeping across entire regions and bringing a barrage of severe weather in their wake. Unlike supercells, squall line tornadoes are often hidden by heavy rain and powerful winds, making them hard to spot and track. The rain and wind can mask their presence, leaving little visual warning for those in their path. They can form and dissipate quickly, sometimes with little or no warning. In just a matter of minutes, a tornado can touch down, cause damage, and vanish before anyone realizes what happened. Imagine a stormy night. Sheets of rain, howling wind, and hidden within, small tornadoes spinning up and striking with little notice. The darkness and chaos make it nearly impossible to see what's coming, increasing the danger for anyone caught outside or unprepared. These tornadoes don't have the iconic look, but their impact can be just as devastating, especially when they hit at night. The aftermath can be shocking, with damage appearing suddenly and without warning. The real danger is their unpredictability, and the fact that they're often part of a larger, chaotic weather event. With multiple threats happening at once, it's easy to overlook the risk of a hidden tornado. Many people focus on flooding or wind, not realizing a tornado could be embedded in the storm. This false sense of security can lead to disaster if warnings are ignored or misunderstood. Recognizing the threat of squall-line tornadoes is crucial. They're a hidden fury that demands our attention. Staying alert and informed during severe weather can make all the difference when these stealthy tornadoes strike. So, what exactly is a squall line, and why do meteorologists pay such close attention to them? It's a long, organized line of thunderstorms, often stretching across multiple states and sometimes even entire regions. These lines can be hundreds of miles long, making them a major force in severe weather outbreaks. Squall lines are most common in spring and summer, especially in the U.S. Midwest and South, and bring hazards like torrential rain, large hail, frequent lightning, and powerful straight-line winds that can cause widespread damage. These lines form when a mass of cooler air from a front wedges beneath warm, humid air, forcing it to rise rapidly. This process creates towering cumulonimbus clouds, the classic thunderstorm giants. The storms then organize into a self-sustaining line, feeding off the energy in the atmosphere, and can travel for hours, sometimes covering hundreds of miles as they move. A dramatic, ominous-looking shelf cloud often marks the gust front, the leading edge of rain-cooled air and damaging winds that rush out ahead of the storm. Behind this gust front lies the core of the squall line, where the heaviest rain, most intense lightning, and strongest winds are concentrated. Tornadoes can develop within this turbulent structure, often hidden by heavy rain and clouds, making them especially dangerous and hard to spot. Not every squall line produces tornadoes, but when conditions are just right, they can spawn multiple fast-moving tornadoes that catch people off guard. These are called QLCS tornadoes, short for quasi-linear convective system tornadoes, named for the line-like nature of the storms that produce them. Understanding squall lines is the first step to grasping how these powerful systems can generate such dangerous, often hidden tornadoes and severe weather. Their complex anatomy and unpredictable behavior explain why squall lines are among the most hazardous and fascinating weather phenomena meteorologists study. Comparing squall-line tornadoes to supercell tornadoes reveals two very different threats, each with their own unique characteristics and dangers. Supercell tornadoes form from a single powerful rotating thunderstorm, a supercell, driven by a large-scale mesocyclone. These storms are capable of producing long-lived, violent tornadoes that can stay on the ground for miles, carving a path of destruction. These are the classic, highly visible tornadoes that dominate headlines and fill storm chaser videos, often appearing as dramatic, photogenic funnels against the open landscape. Squall-line tornadoes, by contrast, are usually weaker and shorter-lived. They form from small, localized rotations, called mesovortices, embedded within a fast-moving line of storms, making them harder to spot and track. Think of a supercell as a giant spinning top, focused and intense, while a squall line is more like a moving wall with many small spinning eddies along its edge, each capable of producing a tornado with little warning. Squall line tornadoes are often rated EF0 to EF2, but even these so-called weaker tornadoes can cause serious damage to homes, trees, and infrastructure, especially in densely populated areas. The biggest danger is their stealth. They're often rain-wrapped, nearly invisible, and can strike at night with little or no warning, catching people off guard. Supercell tornadoes are more common in the Great Plains, especially during spring, but squall line tornadoes are frequent in the southeast and can occur at any time of year, even outside the traditional tornado season. Millions of people live in regions where squall line tornadoes are the main threat, not the classic supercell tornadoes seen in movies and news reports. Their frequency, stealth, and unpredictability make squall line tornadoes a unique and ongoing challenge for public safety officials, emergency responders, and meteorologists alike. Recognizing the differences between these tornado types is vital for effective forecasting, timely warnings, and personal preparedness. Don't underestimate a squall line tornado just because it's not spawned by a supercell. Their impact can be devastating, especially when least expected. Their hidden nature and sudden appearance make them especially dangerous, underscoring the importance of staying alert during any severe weather event. What makes a squall line capable of producing tornadoes? It comes down to two main ingredients: wind shear and instability. Wind shear is a change in wind speed or direction with height, creating horizontal spin in the atmosphere. Powerful updrafts in the squall line can tilt this spin vertically, forming small, rotating mesovortices. When a mesovortex stretches to the ground, a tornado can form, often in just minutes. Instability, measured as CAPE, convective available potential energy, is the fuel for thunderstorms. High CAPE means strong updrafts, but squall line tornadoes can form even with lower CAPE if wind shear is strong. This explains why they can occur in cooler months, not just spring and summer. The combination of strong, low-level wind shear and enough instability creates the perfect setup for these sneaky tornadoes. It's a violent, fast-moving process that's hard to predict. That's why squall line tornadoes can catch communities off guard. While Tornado Alley is famous, the southeast, Dixie Alley, is a true hotspot for squall line tornadoes. States like Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia face frequent, fast-moving, rain-wrapped tornadoes from squall lines. The region's year-round Gulf moisture and strong wind shear, especially in fall and winter, create ideal conditions. The southeast's hills, trees, and higher population density make tornadoes harder to spot and more dangerous. Many people live in mobile homes, which are especially vulnerable to tornado winds. Squall line tornadoes here often strike at night, when people are asleep and less likely to get warnings. Nighttime tornadoes are especially deadly. There's less time to react and get to safety. The combination of geography, housing, and timing makes Dixie Alley uniquely at risk. That's why having reliable warning systems, like NOAA weather radios, is essential. Awareness and preparation are key to surviving these hidden storms. When a squall line hits, it's a sensory onslaught. Sudden darkness, violent winds, blinding rain, and deafening thunder. For most, it's just a severe storm. But for those in the path of a hidden tornado, the experience is terrifying. Rain-wrapped tornadoes can strike with only seconds of warning, sounding like a freight train as they tear through neighborhoods. Damage is often spotty. One house destroyed, the next barely touched, making the aftermath confusing and chaotic. Emergency responders must quickly sort out tornado damage from straight-line wind destruction. Recovery is long and difficult. Families displaced, homes ruined, power out for days. The psychological toll is immense, as communities grapple with the suddenness and violence of the event. Strong building codes, public shelters, and reliable warning systems are vital to reduce the impact of these storms. Scientists are working hard to unlock the secrets of squall line tornadoes. The PERiLS Project, Propagation, Evolution, and Rotation in Linear Systems, is a massive research effort in Dixie Alley. Researchers deploy mobile radars, weather balloons, and ground sensors directly in the path of squall lines. Their goal: capture detailed three-dimensional data to understand why some parts of a squall line produce tornadoes while others don't. This research could lead to earlier, more accurate tornado warnings and save lives. By identifying unique atmospheric patterns, Scientists hope to give communities more time to prepare. The work of PERiLS is paving the way for better forecasting and greater public safety. Doppler radar has long been our main tool for detecting tornadoes, revealing wind patterns inside storms. But rain-wrapped squall-line tornadoes are hard to spot with traditional radar. The upgrade to dual polarization, dual-pol radar, is a game-changer. Dual-pol sends both horizontal and vertical pulses, giving a clearer picture of precipitation and debris. It can detect tornado debris signatures, TDS, confirming a tornado is on the ground, even if it's hidden by rain. This allows forecasters to issue more urgent, specific warnings. Dual-pol, combined with research like PERiLS, helps us see through the rain and warn communities faster. Technology is finally catching up to the challenge of these hidden tornadoes. Understanding squall-line tornadoes is only useful if it leads to action. Have multiple ways to get weather warnings: smartphone apps, TV, and especially a NOAA weather radio that can wake you at night. Know your safe place, basement or interior room away from windows, and practice your plan with your family. If you live in a mobile home, have a plan to reach sturdier shelter before storms arrive. On severe weather days, stay informed and know the difference between a watch and a warning. A tornado watch means be ready. A warning means take shelter immediately. Don't wait to see the tornado. It could be hidden by rain. Share what you've learned with others. Many still don't realize the dangers of squall-line tornadoes. Community awareness and preparation save lives. Stay safe, stay alert, and be ready for the hidden dangers inside severe storms.